On the grounds around the White House complex, a wall of a kind. After days of protest in the U.S. Capitol, more barriers went up today. But amid that, signals the demonstrations are having another effect. After Donald Trump's former Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, yesterday tore into Trump's threat to call in the U.S. military and subdue the protesters, today, support for those protesters from a string of senior Trump military officials. The Chief of the National Guard, the Secretary of the Army, the Chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, each underlining they stand by Americans' right to assemble and be heard. Today, Trump's current Secretary of Defense sent home from D.C. federal troops that had been on standby. Trump, increasingly isolated, is reportedly not happy. On Capitol Hill today, Democratic senators with fully 9 minutes of silence, the length of time George Floyd had that knee on his neck. And from Trump's own party,
we have wounds from racism that have never been allowed to heal.
Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski today called the Mattis pushback on Trump necessary and suggested she may not support Trump for re-election. For his part, Trump tweeted, "Mattis is overrated." Hours later, Trump retweeted his own tweet again. Meanwhile, Trump's attorney general criticized for ordering pushback on demonstrators today on the issue at the root of all the protests, America's racial divide.
It is undeniable that many African Americans lacked confidence in our American criminal justice system. This must change. Our Constitution mandates equal protection of the laws, and nothing less is acceptable.
And in Virginia today, tangible change for what so many see as a symbol of hate and racial oppression. The contentious statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee, this week covered in graffiti, now soon to be removed from its podium altogether.
It's time to heal, ladies and gentlemen. Richmond is no longer the capital of the Confederacy.
And tonight, we're not out on the streets of D.C. because a huge thunderstorm rolled in this evening, but it's worth underlining what we've heard in conversation with demonstrators all week. In terms of real, meaningful change, it's lost on no one. Make noise now, make headlines now, demand change now, but vote in November. The presidential election is coming up fast, and we were told again and again this week that is when change will really come. Mark your calendar. Andrew.
Okay, Paul Hunter in Washington. Thanks.